Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're reopening the box of Hero Wars secrets that the game makers would really prefer stayed locked shut. While everyone in Royal League is bragging about their 1 million power monsters and perfect meta lines, we're shifting our eyes to the complete opposite side of Dominion, the dark alley where the quiet killers live. Because some heroes don't need a single piece of luxury. Some heroes don't need 6 skins, perfect artifacts, gold talismans or maxed glyphs. Some heroes do the job dirty, minimal investment, maximum chaos. So if you're early game or mid game, if you're still building your roster, if you don't have the resources of a whale, listen closely. These heroes can help you punch upward faster than the Royal League wants you to know. Today we are breaking down 3 heroes who deliver insane value for tiny investment, heroes often known as dirty builds, min-max builds, or the budget nightmares of Hero Wars Alliance. These heroes only need a handful of essential stats, and their impact doesn't scale with power. Which means you can run them at 20k, 40k, 60k, and still ruin someone's day. Let's begin with the Queen herself. And trust me, she's smiling already. Lian, the Mystery Faction's charming assassin, the backline angel with the kiss of death. She's been in the game for years, yet somehow she keeps getting more popular with every new season. Why? Because Lian doesn't care if she is 50,000 power or 130,000 power, her charm hits exactly the same. Whenever she is struck by a direct attack, she answers with a sleep-inducing charm that disables the attacker for 4 entire seconds. And her ultimate, a full team charm lasting 7 seconds, enough to completely stop a meta team in its tracks. When Lian was released, her main job was shutting down heroes like Luther and Kira, attackers who leap or fire toward the backline. But then the real magic happened. New heroes arrived, Kayla, Peech, Polaris. Heroes who attack the midline or mid-back row. And guess what? They all trigger Lian. They all walk straight into her charm, every single time. Now imagine this happening with a 50k Lian, yes, 50,000, shutting down a fully built 150k Kayla. That's the power of a dirty hero. She just has to stay alive long enough for the charm to do the work. And that brings us to her only real investment point, her survivability. Lian's second talisman is perfect for this exact purpose, massive health and armor that keep her on her feet so she can charm. Put her behind any stable frontline, test her in training, and watch opponents cry when their Kayla and Peech line hits her. And immediately falls asleep like toddlers after a long day. Now, the next hero is even dirtier. So dirty, he doesn't even need to be alive. Because his impact continues even after death. Yes, Guardians, we're talking about the master of vampiric aura himself. Dorian. Dorian is the perfect example of a hero whose value has nothing, absolutely nothing, to do with his power level. All he needs is his 4th skill, Initiation, which grants vampirism to nearby allies. This single blessing is enough to flip one of the most oppressive tanks in the game upside down, the dreaded Corvus. Corvus destroys heroes with ticking damage, Iris, Kira, Orion, Heidi. If they trigger his altar, they melt instantly. But put Dorian next to your damage dealer, and the altar turns into healing. Every tick becomes health. Every damage pulse becomes energy. Suddenly your carry grows stronger the longer they stand inside the aura. This is why Dirty Dorian builds have become famous in the community. He is the ultimate anti-Corvus technology. You invest the bare minimum into him, drop him beside your attacker, and watch the king of the undead destroy himself while your damage dealer powers up and unleashes devastation. Just one thing to remember, the damage dealer must be strong enough to outpace the altar. If they can do that, the fight is over before it even begins. And now, Guardians. Let's talk about the hero who started the entire dirty movement. The King of Chaos. The legend of min-max. The soup-throwing menace who has tilted players for years, Jorgen. This man, or his soup, can change the flow of a battle single-handedly. His ultimate locks enemy energy gain for 9 entire seconds. 9 seconds is an eternity in Hero Wars Alliance. During those 9 seconds, your team gains all the momentum while the opposing team is frozen in time, unable to ult, unable to respond, unable to shift tempo. The trick. You want Jorgen ulting as often as humanly possible. And the secret to that is not what you expect. Jorgen is a strength hero. That means it's extremely easy for him to reach high health values, 500,000 or more, without even trying. But here's the twist, heroes gain energy faster when they lose a higher proportion of their health. So a Jorgen with huge health takes big hits. And gains barely any energy. But a dirty Jorgen with around 250,000 health takes the same hit. And his energy bar explodes upward. This is the definition of min-max. This is the heart of dirty builds. You lower his survivability on purpose so that he ults more often. You turn his weakness into a weapon. With this setup, Jorgen becomes a true tempo controller, a master of momentum, who can suffocate enemy teams. You should absolutely test him in training mode at different health values, 250k is a good starting point, and find your sweet spot. Once he hits that rhythm, once he locks the enemy's energy again and again, the fight feels unfair. Your opponent won't understand why their team never gets a chance to ult. But you will. And if you want to take things one step further, give him a bit of magic attack through glyphs or his weapon. It turns his energy control into real damage and makes him surprisingly dangerous, especially with his second talisman, which brings magic attack directly to his kit. A dirty hero that fights dirty. And if you want to even push harder, the Ultra of Jorgen, forget her health skin completely, magic defense and toughness too, this will make him skyrocket on Ultra times. Guardians? Here's the truth. Hero Wars Alliance isn't just about maxed heroes, 6 skins, or power numbers. It's about understanding mechanics, exploiting timing, and using the small cracks in the game to leap forward. These 3 heroes, Lian, Dorian, and Jorgen, break the rules in the best possible way. They allow early game and mid-game players to punch far above their power, to challenge opponents they shouldn't beat, to win fights that look impossible. So use them. Train them. Learn their tempo. And when you enter the battlefield, watch the big spenders wonder how you slipped through their defenses with only a 40k Lian, a 40k Dorian, or a 50k Jorgen. Because, sometimes, the dirtiest heroes deliver the cleanest victories, and Guardians, we will bring more and more dirty builds. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.